As dawn breaks on the rugged landscapes of the American West, one is immediately entranced by its raw beauty and the promise of uncharted adventure. Historically, these expansive terrains have been the cradle for tales of conquest, hardship, and survival, fostering a rich cultural narrative that resonates to this day. On the other hand, in the pixelated realm of the modern age, the same landscapes find reincarnation in digital format, offering players the opportunity to tread these timeless soils from the comfort of their living spaces. The confluence of the historical and the virtual representations of the West provides a tantalizing juxtaposition, a vivid testament to the power of technological advancements and our unyielding fascination with the past. Navigating the frontier between reality and its virtual counterpart is not merely an exercise in observation. It demands a meticulous dissection of the elements that shape both realms. This video endeavors to delve into the intricate interplay between the historically documented ecosystems of the American West and their representations within the celebrated game Red Dead Redemption. By drawing comparisons and spotlighting discrepancies, my aim is to ascertain the extent to which the game remains faithful to its historical antecedents, while also appreciating the creative liberties taken to enhance player immersion. While both domains, the tangible past and the intangible present, harbor their unique merits, understanding the intersection of their narratives can offer insights into our interpretation and perpetuation of history. This video is not merely an academic undertaking, it's an exploration of how the past intertwines with the present, how truth merges with fiction, and how technology has provided us with novel tools to revisit and recontextualize bygone eras. By the end of this journey, I seek to unveil a panorama that harmoniously blends history with virtual reality, each enriching the other in their distinctive ways.
Hey, mister.
The American West. A vast expanse encompassing a myriad of natural wonders presents a striking contrast in its biomes. Historically, settlers and pioneers would traverse arid deserts, their trails often mirroring the sinuous curves of serpentine rivers, only to find themselves at the foot of towering mountain ranges in due course. Records, often meticulously penned in journals or depicted in detailed cartographic endeavors, highlight the challenge these terrains presented. They speak of blistering heat, interspersed with the respite offered by shadowy canyons or verdant oases. The stories etched in these documents capture the essence of the land, a realm where nature's magnificence was matched only by its unyielding ferocity. Developers, wielding the tools of contemporary game design, have encapsulated the sheer breadth of the West's topographical variance. Players navigate sprawling deserts, their steeds leaving footprints on the golden sands, only to venture the snow-capped embrace of the mountainous terrains soon after. While certain artistic liberties are evident, enhancing the allure of the virtual environment, a palpable reverence for the historical landscape remains ever present. The meticulous attention to detail, from the undulating sand dunes to the craggy mountain pathways, showcases the developer's dedication to crafting an authentic experience, drawing players into the heart of the Wild West. Water has been the lifeblood of civilization since time immemorial, and the American West was no exception. Historically, the courses charted by rivers and the placement of settlements around lakes were not random happenstance. These water sources, teeming with life and potential, wielded profound ecological significance. They dictated migratory patterns of wildlife, gave rise to lush vegetative clusters, and played host to a plethora of aquatic species. In Red Dead Redemption, players are treated to a recreation of these vital ecosystems. Meandering rivers carve their paths through the landscape, bordered by flora and visited by diverse fauna. Lakes shimmer under the digital sun, their banks buzzing with activity. Not only do they serve as scenic backdrops, but they also form essential hubs for the in-game activities, from fishing to transport. By imbuing these water sources with ecological importance, the game fosters a richer, more interconnected virtual environment, mirroring the intricate web of life that historically thrived around these aquatic treasures. The verdant expanses of the American West have long been home to a myriad of plant species, each wielding a unique set of attributes and utilities. Historically, indigenous populations and settlers alike harness these botanical resources, extracting benefits that span diverse domains. From the yarrow, treasured for its wound-healing capabilities, to the sagebrush, an emblem of resilience and adaptability, each plant held a story intertwined with human survival and progress. Beyond mere sustenance, certain species like the cacti become emblematic, rooting themselves in cultural narratives and indigenous folklore. Red Dead Redemption, in its quest for verisimilitude, masterfully incorporates these vegetative wonders. Players, while navigating the vast in-game terrains, encounter plants that not only mirror their real-world counterparts in appearance, but also utility. Engaging with these plants, whether to concoct life-saving toxins or to satiate hunger, underscores the game's commitment to botanical accuracy. While some elements are inevitably gamified for enhanced playability, the overarching fidelity to historical uses is commendable, fostering a tangible connection between the player and the virtual environment. The very fabric of the Western ecosystem owes its intricacy to the flora that populates its landscapes. These plants, more than just passive occupants, actively shape the trajectories of both wildlife and human civilizations. The expansive grasslands, for instance, nurtured herds of bison and elk, dictating migratory patterns and influencing indigenous hunting practices. Conversely, areas abundant in berry-producing shrubs or nutrient-rich roots became focal points for human settlements, serving as sustainable food sources. The interdependence between flora and fauna was, and continues to be, a harmonious ballet between ecological balance and survival. Delving into the game's mechanics reveals an intricate web of interactions between the player and the in-game vegetation. From foraging to crafting, the flora is not merely a decorative backdrop, but a pivotal component of the gameplay. Players learn to discern between beneficial and toxic species, mirroring the real-world knowledge settlers would have accumulated. Furthermore, the game subtly educates its audience on the ecological repercussions of overharvesting or introducing non-native species. Such mechanics not only enrich the gameplay experience, but also accentuate the profound influence of flora on shaping ecosystems, both virtual and real. The American West, with its vast expanse of undulating terrains, has been a sanctuary for a diverse array of animals, each carrying its own legacy and historical footprint. The bison, for instance, isn't merely a creature of imposing status, but an emblem of resilience bearing witness to the trials of time. From the stealthy cougars that prowl its canyons to the agile pronghorns that grace its plains, each species has carved a niche in the region's ecological narrative. Their numbers, however, have fluctuated dramatically, influenced by the environmental shifts and human interventions. Some, like the bison, face the brink of extinction, only to be rejuvenated through concerted conservation efforts. The meticulous attention to detail in Red Dead Redemption lends itself to a near lifelike representation of these creatures. As players traverse the game's landscapes, they encounter fauna that not only bear striking physical likeness to their real-world counterparts, but also exhibit behaviors rooted in authentic animalistic instincts. The game goes beyond mere visual fidelity, replicating intricate details such as the herding patterns of elk or the territorial confrontation of wolves. This immersive zoological showcase accentuates the player's experience, blurring the lines between virtual and real wilderness. Throughout history, hunting has been an intrinsic activity in the American West, born out of necessity, sport, and sometimes sheer conquest. Indigenous communities practiced sustainable hunting, striking a balance with nature, while later settlers, driven by market demands, often indulged in indiscriminate slaughter, leading to destabilized ecosystems. The near demise of the bison, for example, is a somber testament to the unchecked hunting sprees of the late 19th century. Red Dead Redemption, in its portrayal of hunting, doesn't shy away from showcasing the dichotomies of man's relationship with nature. Players are presented with choices: to hunt for sustenance, trade, or simply for the thrill. However, every action begets a consequence. Overhunting an area may lead to diminished wildlife, affecting the game's local ecology and challenging the player to adapt. Conversely, abstaining from hunting certain species might contribute to an overabundance, altering predator-prey dynamics. Such nuanced mechanics serve as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between humans and nature, pushing players to reflect on the broader implications of their in-game choices. The indigenous tribes of the American West, with their profound reverence for nature, developed harmonious practices that ensured ecological equilibrium. For generations, they artfully utilized natural resources, from harnessing herbs for medicinal purposes to employing sustainable farming techniques that enriched the soil. Their ability to perceive the rhythm of the earth, water, and skies and adjust their lifestyles accordingly stands as an exemplary model of coexistence. Red Dead Redemption delves into the lifeways of indigenous tribes, striving for an accurate depiction of their rituals, traditions, and environmental philosophies. While some in-game sequences align impeccably with recorded histories, others offer a blend of fact and fiction. This not only enriches the narrative but also stirs curiosity, pushing players to embark on their own quests of historical inquiry. With the onset of Western expansion, the pristine landscapes underwent significant transformation. Settlers, driven by aspirations of prosperity, introduced new agricultural methods, many of which, while technologically advanced, did not always align with the principles of sustainability. Vast tracts of forest were cleared to make way for expanding settlements and ranches. This frenzied rush for land and resources, though it heralded economic progress, cast long shadows on the ecology sanctity of the region. Players witness the juxtaposition of begrudging towns against the backdrop of diminishing wilderness. The game intricately maps the shift from indigenous domains to settler territories, emphasizing not just the physical alterations, but the cultural and ecological repercussions as well. Through meticulously crafted narratives, the game sheds light on the ecological trade-offs of human ambition and offers a contemplative space for players to reflect on the fragile balance between progress and preservation. Nature, in its boundless expanse, occasionally unfurls cataclysms that reshape terrains and test the tenacity of life. The American West, with its vast and varied topography, has not been immune to these elemental upheavals. Droughts, with their parched lands and desiccated water sources, have periodically plagued this region, constraining both human and wildlife populations. Floods, on the contrary, with their deluge, have altered river courses and inundated habitats. Wildfires have intermittently razed vast expanses, ushering in both devastation and regrowth. Red Dead Redemption ingeniously integrates these elemental forces into its virtual terrains. The game, with meticulous attention to detail, recreates the harrowing impact of droughts, the tumultuous onslaught of floods, and the ferocious dance of fires. While players navigate these challenges, they gain a palpable sense of the adversaries that historical inhabitants of the West might have encountered. Moreover, the game accentuates the resilience of nature, showcasing how ecosystems, despite such calamities, embark on paths of rejuvenation and recovery. The interplay between predators and their prey has been a pivotal axis around which ecosystems have evolved. Historical narratives from the American West delineate periods of predator abundance, where creatures like wolves and cougars roam with pronounced dominance. Conversely, there were eras marked by the startling decline, largely influenced by human intervention and habitat loss. These fluctuations had profound ramifications, not just for the predators and prey, but for the intricate web of life they anchored. Red Dead Redemption delves into this intricate dynamic with discerning precision. The game introduces players to scenarios where predator populations burgeon, affecting the availability of prey and thereby challenging the player's survival strategies.
Must be near.
In contrast, zones with diminished predators present a different set of ecological interactions. By immersing players in these fluctuating dynamics, the game doesn't just offer a compelling gameplay experience, but also instills an appreciation for the delicate balance that sustains nature's grand narrative. In the realm of interactive media, Red Dead Redemption stands as a paragon, not merely for its engaging mechanics, but also for its audacious endeavors to mirror the complexities of the natural world. It skillfully navigates the intricate terrain between authenticity and fiction. In various junctures, the game astounds with its fidelity to ecological truths, portraying ecosystems with a rigor that rivals academic studies. However, like any artistic rendition, there are moments where it diverges from historical or ecological verity, choosing narrative exigencies over strict realism. Such deviations, while they may raise an eyebrow amongst purists, are testament to the game's primary objective, to captivate and entertain. As our world grapples with environmental challenges, the media's role in shaping perceptions about nature becomes increasingly pivotal. Red Dead Redemption, in its vast digital expanse, presents an opportunity to educate while entertain. Accurate ecological depictions in games don't merely cater to the demands of realism. They foster a profound respect for the environment, sowing seeds of awareness amongst players. When games undertake the mantle for accurate representation, they transcend their recreational roots, morphing into potential tools for enlightenment and advocacy. It is a solemn reminder that games, like all forms of media, bear a responsibility to inform, to inspire, and to kindle a flame of curiosity about the world that cradles us.